Hello there, how's it going? So, I've been able to consistently get my clients 3 to 5 qualified calls every single day, and this is without them having to send any sort of cold DMs, without them having to, join Facebook groups and just start adding a bunch of people, or them having to rely on viral pieces of content. So, in this quick video, I'm just going to walk you through exactly how you can get 3 to 5 qualified calls every single day in your coaching business, and you don't even have to do it by yourself because you can actually install an appointment setter into your business that does all the hard work for you. So if you feel like that's something that you want to learn more how to do, I'm going to break down the exact step-by-step protocol of how I go from figuring out if I need a setter to getting the setter, interview them, getting them set up, and then ramping them up for them to be able to book in their first call on the same day that they actually join the company. So I've been able to do that for multiple of my clients, and in this quick video I'm just going to walk you through exactly my process and how you can do it yourself. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Mahiz. I run an agency where I help coaches and consultants scale with content and setters. More on that a bit later, but let's just jump into this. So who needs a DM setter in the first place? So obviously you should already know what DM setter is, but if you don't know what it is, to bring you up to speed, this is someone that basically just sends out DMs on your behalf to people who might be interested in your product to basically get them on a call. So that's basically the sole function. The sole function is to reach out to people that might be potentially interested and getting them on calls in the first place. So the best types of people that get the best results for appointment setters are at least people that have 3,000 to 5,000 people following them. You're posting content consistently, and maybe you're not happy with the amount of white space that's on your calendar. So if you're coaching, you have all these things, you could potentially qualify for an appointment setter. Obviously there's different things like the amount of engagement you're getting, etc., but you could realistically qualify for an appointment setter. But just to give you a big disclaimer, a lot of the biggest mistakes that a lot of coaches make is that they get setters to come into the business when they don't have a process for booking appointments in the first place. So what I mean by this is that, for example, if let's say, for example, I have an audience, but I have no idea how to book appointments. What I will think in my head is I'll think, oh, if I just get a setter, they'll fix this problem, they'll solve it for me. But that's the wrong way to look at it, because if you just bring an appointment setter into your business and you don't have any sort of process when it comes to getting them to book calls, or any sort of process when it comes to handling objections, sending them sales assets, and if they reports, etc., it's not going to work out well. They're going to leave in the next 2 weeks. Even if they do get your first appointments, they're not going to be able to hit the ground up and running, and that's exactly what you want to do, and that's the effect that you want to have when you have closers. So appointment setters. So you should not bring them in if you don't have a process. So I'm just going to give you a process. So on the link in this video, there's going to be a page that's going to take you to this document that shows you exactly how I book at least 40 appointments every single month. And this is completely free. It's packed with so much value, man. It actually goes over the whole process when it gets them to respond, blah, blah, blah. So it's there's just so much value in it, and it's completely free. You can go grab it down there. And then you use this process, if you don't have one, to basically ensure that when your setter comes in, they know exactly how to book appointments. If you don't have something like this, gonna be extremely difficult, guys. Please, at least just get it. It's completely free. You just put your email and you get it. So go grab it, and then you have a process when it comes to setting appointments. And the setter is basically going to be DMing people who are followers, friends, they're reposting the comments, the previous clients, maybe they're viewing your stories, they're liking, basically people that are in your ecosystem. And the reason we're doing that is because these are the people that are showing you some sort of intent that they actually want to buy or get some sort of service that you might be offering. So if you don't have this, it's you should have people that engaging with you, at least if you have 3,000 5,000 people following you. If you don't, and you just want to get to that point, the best way to do it is just boost your post so that they get seen to more people. Just get full profile visits. You don't want anything too crazy, just boost it, and then you should be good to go. So yeah, and once you have that, the next process is actually obviously figuring out where to find the setter in the first place. So now you need a setter, your calendar is empty and you really want this person to come in. You have a process to actually getting them to get book calls. So that if you install them into your business, they can basically win straight away. Now you need to obviously find the appointment setters. So best ways to find appointment setters is Facebook groups, Discord groups, appointment setter coaches that have a community of setters. It's actually a really underrated one. Or if you want, you can just DM me on IG There's going to be a link down below to send you to my Instagram page. If you send me a message there, I can get you set up with someone straight away. Like if you fill out some sort of like form or whatnot, you can get someone. Like it doesn't cost you anything as well too. So you can do that, and these things are completely free as well. I would say the highest leverage thing is to reach out to appointment setter coaches that have a community of setters, because that's what I have. I have networks of people that have communities where they teach people how to be appointment setters, or I have communities of people that are basically just appointment setters on like Facebook groups and Discord groups. And all you do is you just post a job post in there. Every single time you post a job post, you will get replies, because it's just so much volume, and it's just so much targeted volume. And the best part about this is that it's filtered out majority of the people that might not be that great, because if they're in those communities, that means that they know about appointment setting, they've probably watched a few trainings, and they're probably interested in like having a remote income. So most of the time you're not really gonna have to do a lot of filtering. I know a lot of people like to go on places like Upwork or like different like Fiverr or something like that. Like they like to go to like these weird websites, but just stick to what go to Facebook groups, Discord groups, and then just DM a bunch of like people that have communities for appointment setters. So if you do that, what you want to do is you want to make a job post template. So obviously you want to create a job post. You can use this template that I use for my clients. Very simple. You just put your name, and then is looking for a setter, and then you explain what your offer is. If you have any variations, you can add them in there. Explain what your ticket price is, your time zone, ideal client, the compensation. Usually you want to put them on a base. If you don't put them on a base, sometimes they end up leaving. You can have commission only setters, they do exist, but like you have to have the commission really a little bit more incentivized. So to kind of get the best of both worlds, you can just put them on a base of like 500 and then give them 5%. If you just want to do commission only, you can probably give them like maybe like 7.5 or like 10% or something like that of whatever sale they bring in. So yeah, there's ways you can do it. Then you put the responsibilities outbound, so you can have warm outbound, which is reaching out to people who are engaging in your audience, sort of warm. And you can have inbound DMs, so people who reach out to you. You can say if it's a full-time or part-time commitment, and then any sort of preferences that you have. So if you were to copy this, I will probably leave a link in the description for this. If you were to copy this and just send this to me, if you are looking for one, completely fine. I can just get you one straight away. So it's completely good. And then once you have that, now you just want to build out an onboarding for your setter, because this is like the most important part. By the way, if you get a lot of value from this, I actually have a program where I basically help coaches and consultants get the next 10 clients. If you're interested in that, there's going to be a link down below. But anyways, just shameless plug, getting back into the video. This is like the most important part, because if your onboarding isn't great, the setter is going to come in with the wrong expectations. They're going to come in with like the wrong systems, and they're just going to flop. And you don't want the setter to flop, because it's a huge waste of time. So what you want to do is obviously you're going to get a lot of interviews. You're going to get a lot of people saying that they're interested. The way I like to filter it out is, instead of hopping on interviews with every single person, I just ask them to send Loom videos. So I literally just ask them like, hey, record a quick 3 or 4 minute Loom video, and let's see if you're good. This is going to filter out people, and number one, you're actually going to get people who are serious. You're going to get to gauge a lot of things straight away from the video. And because if you were to do interviews, you will get people that will say, yes, I want to hop on a call, and then they don't even hop on to the call in the last place. So like, send Looms, like, and plus not every single person is going to send you a Loom, which is good, because you don't want every single person, but the people who actually have interest are going to send you like a Loom video. And that's like a short little 3-5 minute video. And then what you want them to say on that video is basically you want them to ask who they are, what they do, who they are, why, what their experience is, why do they feel like they're a good fit in this role, what how soon can they start, and then other stuff like good and bad traits of themselves, etc, etc. You don't want to go too crazy, but just like get general information to feel if this person is worth having a conversation with. And you will get people that will send you really good Looms, and you get people that will send you really underwhelming Looms, which is completely fine. You just pick the ones that send you the good ones. So now that you've done that, you want to have an interview, and essentially on this interview you're just trying to gauge why they want to do this in the first place, because that's going to impact how they perform. If their why is they want to let's say for example they want to they just want to get, like, say for example, they want to just get good at setting, and they want to use it as like, you know, a stepping stone to, you know, go into different business ventures. Like they really just want to get good at one skill. Most of the time you're going to get people that are dedicated. If you get someone that's like, hey, I just want to like make a quick bag, something like that, you're not really going to get the best, because they're just going to be price hopping to whoever pays the most, whoever pays the best. And but like if you get someone that's like committed to your vision, and they actually like believe in what you have in your product, those are like the best people to work with, because they usually like stick it out for a long time. So you want to kind of gauge that, and then you also want to set expectations as well too on those calls. So what I mean by that is, you know, make sure that, you know, when you're having the calls with these people, you have some sort of like you explain you know, what the expectation is. You're not gonna come in make 5k straight away in your first month. Explain to them, you know, how the compensation works. Be very clear on those things, because you don't want to save yourself a headache. Like just, you know, put your chest high and just have that conversation, because once you've done that, it's just easier along the line, because you're not going to have any sort of hiccups. Okay, so have that conversation, have the difficult calls, and then once you've, let's say you've got someone, here's how you want to onboard it. You basically want to create a DM script and a framework that they're going to be using. If you follow this thing that I've basically just created, you'll be able to create a DM script. Like we actually create DM scripts for our clients. So just to give you like an example of one that works extremely well. So this is one of our clients, Nero, and this is the DM script that we use for him. So it's kind of like that. So we create this for our clients all the time. So you want to create something like that. You also want to give them sales assets that they can leverage. So what I mean by sales assets is, let's say for example, you go on YouTube, for example. If I go into your channel, like booms, just like this, all of these are sales assets. Like I would basically give my setter access to all of these stuff, or like show them where they can find them. Everything here is a sales asset. Like you're watching a sales asset right now, because it's teaching you how to do something. So you want to have them in like a central spot, and that's gonna make everything like very easy for you. And then the last part is obviously you want to have any sort of like book call automation. So it's very simple to set this up. Like all you just need to do is you can literally just go to zapier.com right now, and you can just be like send notification on Discord when someone books or call on calendar. Like it's so simple, and then it just does it for you. It's actually really cool. And then you just put your information, your details, etc., and then your tracking sheets. So how they're going to keep organized, you know, where they're going to keep the leads, etc. I do have tracking sheets, but like I just don't want to like overwhelm you guys with information. But like if you're interested in grabbing that, you can just send me a DM if you want the tracking sheet or whatever. I can just send you the ones that I use. But that's basically what you want to do. So you want to set the expectations, make sure that they know what this is and how it's actually going to help them. Show them how you're going to pay them. You know, give them the DM scripts and the frameworks that they're going to be using. Give them sales assets that they can leverage. And then just give them the first thoughts, like, hey, go send out like, you know, 21 warm outbound, or respond to, you know, 10 of these inbound requests using the frameworks. And if they do it correctly and you've explained it to them, they will book calls on the first day, because it's very difficult, especially if you're getting traction and you're just trying to upload it. Because what most people will do is they'll get a setter and they will basically try to make them perform when there's no process for them to perform. At least for my methodology, setters are they best come in when you have a methodology, you have a process that works, and you just want someone to duplicate it. You're just sick and tired of doing it by yourself. You just want someone to come in and just duplicate it for you. Like that's like the best case scenario to use a setter, in my opinion, at least. You know, a lot of people will bring them in to try to like save their businesses, but I genuinely don't think that's the best way to do it. Only bring a setter once you have a process, or like you know a process works and you just want them to duplicate it, and then you get the best results out of them. Because, you know, our clients started doing that and they're just booking calls like crazy now. Like, you know, we onboarded two setters on two different clients actually, and each of those setters book calls on the first days, because the process was just so streamlined. It was very simple. They just came in, just duplicated what was there, boom, they book calls, and now they're booking calls every single day. So if you're interested in having your calendar, you know, pretty much like filled out, and then obviously, you know, booking calls every single day on a consistent basis. So let me just show you like a quick example. Obviously you're gonna have to blur some of the names, but you know, as you can see here, book call, the 31st, book call. It's like a joke, and he's not doing anything. Like this is literally just like, you know, the sets are coming in, ramping up, just doing the stuff that they need to do, and he just has to like pretty much just sit there and just like, you know, make content. So if you're interested in someone coming in, installing this stuff for you, you know, our setters get placed within like 24-48 hours. They do their thing. And then obviously we have a guarantee that, you know, it brings in, you know, your next 10 clients, etc. So if you're interested in learning more about that, there's going to be a link in the description. It's going to be the first link. Just check it out. If you have any other questions about this whole process in general, you can just send me a DM on Instagram and I'll respond. So hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was like extremely valuable, and we'll speak very soon. Peace out.